Hello, hello. Welcome to Talk Football Live. We are back again. And with me today, I have Biodun and Yoni. How you guys doing today?
Doing all
Well,
right.
All
doing
right. All
okay,
right.
doing okay. It's
Thanks.
Yeah.
So,
wonderful day of football.
yeah, I know, right? It's been the Club World Cup, and we've been discussing this for a minute, but now we are now officially in the knockout stages.
Mhm.
Before I proceed, as we always say, if you're watching, remember to subscribe, share with your loved ones, and hopefully they subscribe also. We really, really appreciate it. All right, Biodun and Yoni, how you guys been enjoying the Club World Cup so far?
Uh, been following, watching the games. Watched the Flamengo game against Chelsea. So that was
Yeah,
a good game.
of course. You watch you watch your favorite team. Yoni, which team have you been watching? We don't be just going to watch Chelsea. Which team have you been watching?
I didn't watch Chelsea. I watched Flamengo play
Nah,
Chelsea.
yeah, whichever way you want to say it. Yoni, how about
Uh, yeah, Abby and I were watching Flamingo together. But
you? Interesting. So apart from Flamengo, which other team have you guys been rooting for?
there've been some decent games. Personally, I haven't watched all of them. I will say that, but I did watch some of the games. And yesterday I was at the River versus Inter Milan at the stadium in Seattle. So watching that in person was good.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I've watched a few games. Now I don't know that I'm rooting for any particular team per se, but I've liked how the South American teams have been really showing up in these games. So there've been a few times where I found myself somehow like rooting for those underdogs, if you will.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair. Fair.
yeah.
Yeah,
As long,
I
as
think
long,
I enjoyed the game, the Botafogo PSG game, the game
That was
that PSG lost. I think that was a good game.
okay.
I've enjoyed watching Bayern Munich. I think they're doing okay until they lost to Benfica, which was a surprise. And I
You
was
need,
actually
you
hoping
need
that
for us.
Chelsea will get Bayern, but
Eh,
maybe they'll get Bayern later,
maybe
not just now.
everything always works out the way it's supposed to. So we're glad we're glad we're getting Benfica instead of
Charles,
Bayern.
Charles, is Chelsea going to make the final?
Let's see. Let's go into predictions for the knockout games, and then we'll
Are they
see.
going to make the next round? That's the question.
That's a good question, Yoni. Yeah, that really is the question to answer. All right. So as mentioned earlier, we're talking about the Club World Cup. The best clubs in the past 4 years, relatively in their different continents, meeting up for the Club World Cup. So we are now at the knockout stages. Group stages are done. This is where the boys are separated from the men, like they say.
Uh-huh.
So, better please, if you can show us what we have so far in terms of games for the knockout stages. We just want to run through, talk about predictions, talk about who's gonna. So basically, to answer Eunice's question, it's just gonna make the knockout round. We'll discuss. We'll discuss. All right, all right. So I'm just gonna be going around talking about predictions. I can even start. So at some point, I had picked Inter to win this tournament because I was told not to pick Chelsea. Just pick somebody else apart from your team.
No,
Mhm.
no, nobody told you not to.
Anyway,
You just know that picking Chelsea would not make sense. I will not work out. So,
well, I
and
would. Yes.
it,
Anyway,
it's a disappointment. You're also not bold enough to nominate your team,
no, no,
and
no, no,
which
no,
is
no. I'm
I
not
disappointing.
mean,
saying team to win. I'm just saying. Let
you
me
trust
go.
your team.
Let me go on aside and just
Regardless, you should
someone
trust
else.
your team no matter what.
Anyways, let's move further to predictions. Now, as Yoni mentioned earlier, South American teams have been performing well, and I think they're going to continue performing well. So, on that note, I'm going to start from the right. PSG into Miami. Messi versus his former team. Yeah, I know PSG lost to Botafogo as you mentioned earlier, Abiodun, but I personally think they're gonna step up because this is knockout stages. They started to play with at this point. So I'm giving this game to PSG. They're gonna win and move on to the next round. Flamingo Bayern. Abiodun, I'll have you take that.
Oh, Flamengo Bayern. I think Bayern should win this game.
And of course, if you want to add why you think they should win, because they're Bayern.
I mean, I've watched their group games. They played really well. They have a good squad. Um,
Except when they lost to Benfica.
They lost to Benfica, yes, but if you watch that game, I mean, they dominated the game. That was a chance that Benfica took at the beginning of the game. Bayern tried to score. They actually scored. It was cancelled. It was ruled out for offside because Harry Kane, they said he was in the offside position and kind of, uh, uh, you know, wasn't allowed on the offside, could have disrupted and affected the goalkeeper from catching the ball or having a chance at catching the ball. So that was ruled off. Bayern played well regardless. Good squad, good players. They could run anybody down. Musiala is injured, not back. They can survive without him for now. It's gonna be a tough game for them, but I think they can overcome Flamengo. Plus, where's Chelsea again on this side?
We'll get there. Don't worry.
On that side, so Chelsea kind of escaped them for now, but I'll find another person to deal with Chelsea.
Okay, as usual. So let's just go through predictions real quick, and I think we can all talk about each particular matchup. So I already said PSG will probably beat Inter Miami. That's my prediction. Biodo, do you agree with that?
I agree with that. I mean, PSG should go through. Again, that's FIFA's favorite child. I don't know why and what they are doing in this competition. At the beginning, I said it. They are not supposed to be here. I don't know how somebody qualified by voting, but it's okay. It's FIFA. Inter Miami and Messi.
Miami.
They are FIFA's golden child. So this is just to keep market and keep people tuned in. But hopefully, a serious team will play.
You got to pick.
Hopefully, they will play a serious team and they will be dumped out.
Okay. I'm predicting Flamengo will beat Bayern. I know it's kind of a stretch, but what I've seen from South American teams, as earlier Yoni mentioned, I think they're going to carry on doing good. Flamengo, Bayern for me. I think Flamengo is going to go through. Yoni, those two games, what do you think?
I think those are the games where I'm probably going to go with the favorites. So PSG and Bayern.
Okay.
PSG is just too much for Miami. Even though the likes of Busquets and
Suarez.
and Suarez, I think that their age will show in this game.
Yeah.
And in the next game, Flamengo is a good team, and they are dangerous, and I won't be surprised if they score in this game, and I don't expect Bayern to just roll over them.
Okay.
But usually the big teams that have big squads, better players, when it comes to playoffs, I think they will step up a gear and win in this game.
Okay, so you're going with PSG Bayern for the next round, for the quarterfinal.
Correct.
All right. Moving on to Real Madrid Juve. After what I saw from Juve against City, I'm like, nah. I don't know what's going on with Juve. I mean, they've had internal issues for years, and I guess they've resolved it or they've not resolved it. We don't know. But I think these issues are still showing on the pitch. So I will give this easily to Real Madrid. Real Madrid are playing well even without their star player Mbappe. Rumor has it's going to be back for this knockout stage, so we'll see. But with or without Mbappe, I think Real Madrid takes this easily. Anybody thinks Juve can take this?
No.
So we all agree on that. Borussia Dortmund and I believe that's Monterrey.
Yeah, that's Monterrey.
Monterrey. Okay, Yoni, you want to start with this one?
Sure. This is where I will go with the South America, not South America, next Mexico. I'll go with Monterrey for this game. I think that's a very dangerous team.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught the last game. Some of the goals they scored in that game was ridiculous. So I think they're brimming with confidence. They can score from pretty much in the box, outside the box. They seem structure-wise solid. They are very hard to beat and break down. And Dortmund right now, I don't know what to make of Dortmund these days. They seem soft. They do have some good players up front, but overall, as a team, they just don't. I don't know. They seem soft to me when I watch them. So this game, I'm going with Monterrey.
Okay, that's a very interesting prediction. I didn't see that coming. Biodo, agree, disagree?
I agree. I mean, Monterrey it's been good so far in this competition. So Borussia Dortmund is not. I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Dortmund could win, but on paper and based on their previous games, Monterrey probably has a slight chance of going high,
Okay.
of
Well,
going through.
I don't like it when we all agree, so let someone else pick the other side. And I agree, Borussia Dortmund have been soft lately, but hey, they qualified for the next knockout stage, and they
Sure.
got Joe Bellingham. The other Bellingham plays on that team, and he
Yeah.
plays just like his brother. So I think there's something in there. And of course, like you mentioned earlier about Bayern versus Flamengo, I think you said big teams with bigger squads always tend to always
Sure.
find push through. Monterrey is going to be tough, but I think Dortmund. I'm going to go with Dortmund on this one. I think Dortmund would find a way to make it happen.
Okay.
All right. So we are saying Real Madrid going through versus Dortmund or Monterrey. We didn't agree on that side, so we'll see how that goes. Let's flip out to the other side. For this, I will start from the bottom. The best team in the world, Chelsea, versus Benfica. And I will let one of our biggest fans, Biodun, although he's wearing a national jersey, I'll let him go first. Biodun, what do you think about Benfica Chelsea?
So disclaimer, everybody.
You've watched the conference.
Did you want to say?
I was going to say you've watched the conference games a little too many of them.
Nah. I said what
The guy is still high on that. Whatever
Yeah,
competition they played,
something.
right? It's still high on whatever competition that was, conference or whatever. Did you guys win again?
Yeah, I
disclaimer, everyone. I am not the fan of whatever he called me, and would never be. Yes, so disclaimer out there. Benfica takes this one. Next game, please.
Biodun, I thought you said you let Chelsea go further and let someone else deal with Chelsea.
Benfica takes this one. Can we move on to the next game, please?
We can't move on that fast. We have to hear Yoni's opinion also. Yoni, what do you think?
Okay.
Do you disagree with Biodun?
This trolling aside.
Thank you, Yoni. Start like that. Let's go.
Trolling aside, Benfica wins this.
Really?
No, I actually think so. Honestly, I do think Benfica wins this game. And I'm not trying to troll Chelsea. I actually think Chelsea has good players, but Chelsea could be got by pretty much anybody at any given point. No, I'm serious. Chelsea is one of those teams that I can see them beating even bigger teams, but I can also see them losing to really anybody.
I should have let you guys predict. Well, your predictions are your predictions. It's fair. I actually think
I'm serious. They don't give me any confidence.
I'm sorry?
Can you hear me, Charles? Okay, so it's probably Yoni's connection.
The Yoni's back. It's back. You said Chelsea doesn't give you any confidence?
Yeah, they don't give me any confidence that they will dominate or win any particular game. I always feel like they're always in danger of losing a game that they should win. And Benfica, on the other hand, these Portuguese teams, bro, they will defend and hurt you on counters. They're very tactical.
Okay. All right. Like I said, we're not going to agree. I don't want us to agree, so we can at least follow up this conversation with I told you so.
That's why. That's the only reason.
Well, that's one of many reasons, but I'm sticking with my boys, and that's one reason behind me. I think in all honesty, you're right. Benfica is a solid team. They have a way. They know how to defend well and catch you on the counter. They're experienced. They're an European team, so I don't doubt they can beat Chelsea. But I also think Chelsea is improving in areas where they've had issues. They had last season, and it's still the beginning of the season, or they claim this is the end of last season. But either way, I think because it's a serious game, it's a knockout game, I think Chelsea can step up and take this. And hey, as long as Jackson is not playing, and the goals, chances are created, and goals are buried by the lab, I think there's hope. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Chelsea. You guys go with Benfica. That's fine with me. All right. Next is Botafogo and who's the team? Palmeiras. Palmeiras. Yeah, let's go. I'll start with this. These are two Brazilian teams, right? Yes.
Yep.
We've talked about the South American team, and I think actually I'll even go as far as saying I think the South American team will make it to the final. And so far, with all the games I've watched, the best South American team, in my opinion, is Botafogo. I like the way they play, and I think there's something in there. So I'm definitely giving them. I mean, Fluminense is a good team also. They have our boy Estavo. So I was hoping Estavo could face Chelsea, but realistically, I'll give this to Botafogo. Yoni, what do you think?
I agree, and they are the South American champions, and
true,
rightly so. I think they are the best South American team. It should be a good game, but I think they will win.
So it should be good, but it wouldn't be easy. But you think they win?
Yes.
Okay. Builder, agree, disagree?
Botafogo is waiting just in case Chelsea makes it past Benfica. So yes, Botafogo.
But would you like to see Fluminense against Chelsea? Just have our boy Estavo face us before he joins us.
Try and overcome Benfica, then we can talk.
Okay, fair response. All right, so Botafogo versus Benfica or Botafogo versus Chelsea. These are the predictions for
yep.
All right. Manchester City, Al Hilal. Should be a very, very good game. Biodo, I'll start with you. What do you think?
Al Hilal will try. They have good players from, a lot of players from that used to play in Europe. Also, Inzaghi, who is the new manager, just left Inter Milan. Good team overall. But I don't see them beating Man City. So I think Man City will go through. I actually predicted a City Madrid final. Hopefully that happens. We'll see. But I see Man City going through.
Okay. Yoni?
Yeah, City. They're better, and they look like they're in a good form right now. So I think they will win.
Okay, fair. I've been saying I want us to choose opposites, but this is one time I would go against that.
I was thinking you would say some stupid stuff about this one, but thank God you're using your senses now.
There's nothing stupid to say.
You thought he was going to root for Kulukuli?
I'm sorry?
I was just waiting for him to mention Al Hilal going through.
Never know. Anything can happen.
Yeah, he likes Koulibaly. He used to play for them. So
that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I'll give it to City because, as we said, City seems to be in form right now. Pep has a lot of players to pick right now, so it's just
not as many as
really. I think they are the highest goal scorers so far in the competition. With 13,
I think so too.
13 or 14 goals. So
yeah,
they're really, really firing on all cylinders. So I'll shift a little bit to ask you guys this. Do you guys think Pep is back? Do you think City is back? I mean, Rodri is back. Do you think City is back?
I'm treating this as preseason, man. I'm not. We'll see.
Hey, but last season, Biodo and Ayo they watched Liverpool and called it from preseason, saying Liverpool has what it takes to win the league, and they did. I disagree with them then. And although I'm not really a big fan of preseason, like you said, but is this a sign that maybe City is back, maybe Pep is back? Or Biodo, what do you think?
I watched all the top 4, top 5 teams before I made that decision.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Liverpool. I haven't watched Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let me watch the other teams, and then I'll let you know. City is doing okay. Remember, there will be a break. There will be a break after this, and they will go back and reset. They usually start slow. This squad right now is basically new faces.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait for them to come back after the holidays and see if they can carry on the momentum. Let's see if Pep is not going to overanalyze and overthink the 24, 25 players, which is like 60% new. I think it's going to be a struggle for them. I mean, the players individually are good, but to create a a team out of that will last the season. That's up to Pep. He can do it if he takes it simple. We shall see. I don't know yet. I haven't watched the other teams, but like I always tell you, probably one of the few that tells you guys what's going to happen and eventually happens. Even Yoni here disagrees with me when I tell him that fire Ateta. I don't want to say Ateta. Ateta don't sign that player. Fire me. They still don't believe. They tell me to give them some time. At the end of the day, they come back and agree with me. So give me a few weeks. I'll let you know who is going to win the league.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how Ateta came into this story, but
That's what I'm saying.
so
Tell us how you feel about Ateta.
Is Yoni Anayo's favorite manager?
favorite manager.
Yes.
So I don't want to stay on City for too long, but I just want to bring something up, which is an argument Union and I had on the group chat some days ago. And Bjorn, I know you've probably answered this question before. I just want to remember what your answer is. Do you think City's bad season last season was more of a Pep divorce thing or Rodri's injury? Because Rodri's back now.
That's a complicated question, and I know you, and you just like to have.
No.
You want to win an argument, so you're looking for somebody to support.
No. This is
I saw your chat. I saw the back and forth.
Oh, don't.
You're not going to drag me into that.
I'm not trying to argue this time. I'm just trying to get your opinion. You know where you and I stand. I think it was more of Pep's divorce. You only think it was more of Rodri's injury. I just want to get, where do you stand between those two choices? If you had to pick one,
I go with Yoni. I will never go with you.
Oh my!
I will move on to the next game. I side with Yoni.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, regardless of what it is, Pep's wife rumored to be back. Rodri's back from injury. So regardless of what it is, if it's one of those two issues, both issues are being fixed, quote unquote. So maybe City's back, and they have a lot of players now. So we'll see going into the next season.
You never know. Mrs. Guardiola can decide to take a U-turn tomorrow.
Hey,
fair.
You know what I mean?
Hey, it is what it is, right?
I'll say
this.
I know Abby earlier. He said he's hoping for a final of City Madrid.
Yeah.
For me, I'm hoping for City PSG. Because while we wait to see what Liverpool and Arsenal look like, in a month or so from now, I also want to see where City are really when they actually play a team like PSG, a team that will
actually. Don't think Real will challenge them enough?
They will. I would put my money on PSG if those two play. I will say that.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair. Because PSG will definitely test them in many ways that others haven't in this tournament.
Okay, I can rock with that.
Yeah.
All right. So we all agree City is going through. Inter Fluminense. Biodo, let's start with you.
Inter has grown, and I also see them improving. Great game yesterday. They had a very good game against the unserious and silly and unruly River Plate. That was a terrible game and terrible behavior and demonstration of bad character. It's disappointing. A player or Acuna, that was a disgrace. I don't want to see that team again. That was rubbish. Inter played very well, even though they have a lot of old players, but they're still kicking it. Fluminense is going to give them this similar test. They survived River Plate. They will survive Fluminense. Inter should go through.
Okay. Yoni?
The same. For most of the reasons that Abby shared. They are getting better. They look like they are sort of finally getting it back together, and they are the better team. They should win this. To your point, Abby, even yesterday when I was watching them, I still couldn't believe Mkhitaryan is still out there starting for Inter.
Can you imagine, man? Like, that guy has no legs for EPL.
Yeah, that tells you the difference in the leagues, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Talking about Mkhitaryan, I saw a quote today. He said, "If his contract with Inter end, that will be the end for him. He's not interested in going to. He mentioned one other place and then talked about Saudi. That one, like most people, he's playing the game for the love of the game, not for the love of money. I was like, interesting.
Interesting.
We-
I mean, he
we
looks
also-
good for them.
It's good. I respect that. It's good to say that. But Ronaldo just signed $500 million deal. I mean, come on, man.
The $500 million is just a
Or is it
part.
pounds? Is it 500 million pounds? Just the deal with a lot of
That's the
bonuses,
base.
like
That's
like
the
all
base.
the base, man. Like
That's
so,
the
throw that at Mkhitaryan. Let's see what he's gonna say.
Let's see what he says, huh? I mean, Ronaldo's deal is it's not just 500 million. There's so much more in it.
That's what I'm saying. It's the base.
That itself is
It's a big chunk.
there's no athlete in the world that has that. That's the best contract in sports so far.
So far,
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, talk about the stake in the club and then the other incentives. The I think it's 80K per goal. Some millions if the team wins.
Yeah, come on, man.
Some millions if it's the highest goal.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Doesn't Messi have that sort of similar? Well, not similar, but he has in his contract to own an MLS team.
Yeah, so which is similar to what David Beckham got when he came to LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
But to own an MLS team is in future. You can either take it or not. This guy is already the part owner of
while he's playing for them.
While he's playing for them. So that's
we've heard of
employee owner kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've heard of player coaches.
Yeah.
I've never heard of player owners.
Player owners. I mean, which was part of what there was a rumor about Mbappe being the offers like PSG.
Yeah.
But we don't really know the details of his own deal if
PSG was wise to not do that. So good for them.
Yeah, so but the Ronaldo thing, I mean, 15% is a big deal in my opinion. And of course, with the salary he's earning, he can definitely buy more. I mean,
can afford to buy Inter Miami, just buy Inter Miami and buy Messi and some Messi.
Maybe not yet. Inter Miami is worth a billion plus now. So
yeah.
We can put more money and buy the entire Inter Miami.
And own Messi's team and be Messi's boss.
I shut that the argument for life.
Okay. Anyways, for my prediction,
Inter
Fluminense, I haven't had a chance to give mine. I'll go back to factory default setting, whatever they say, factory settings, and go with the opposite of what you guys have said so far.
Yeah.
Fluminense takes this. I don't know how. I mean, South Americans have been performing, so it shouldn't be a surprise if they do beat Inter. So I'm giving this to Fluminense, and I think it won't be that easy for them because Inter is a solid team. But I think Inter is still, I don't want to say recovering from what happened in the Champions League. I also think they just lost their coach. I think they're just like Real Madrid. They have a new coach and learning new things. So I think that may show up in this match. So y'all say Inter City for the next round. I say Fluminense City. We shall see how that goes. All right. So one more question before we wrap up, just to jump at the end of we've talked about this before, but I just want to ask again. Pick a name. Who do you think will win this competition? Yoni.
PSG.
Biodo.
Man City.
I was going with Inter before, but I will agree with Biodo on this.
You're not going with Chelsea?
I want Chelsea, but hey, see, I always tell you guys, I want to predict.
What kind of?
So I'm gonna say.
Hey, that's embarrassing, right? Yoni, right? I mean,
here's my reason. Here's my reason. Let me give you my reason.
Who does that?
I think Chelsea, Benfica is a tougher opponent than Al Hilal. So I think City is easily going to walk through. Chelsea may not walk through Benfica easily. So now if Chelsea goes through Benfica, then
we don't need analysis. You find
us. The point is, I'm agreeing with Gordon, which rarely happens, and I'm giving City the win.
Wow.
And on that note,
stop calling yourself a Chelsea fan from this moment. Yeah.
It's not possible to stop. It's right there behind me. But this has been great, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who have been watching, we're very, very appreciative of your viewership. Like and subscribe, as we always say. Share with your loved ones, and we look forward to seeing more of you. Yoni, thanks for honoring us, your presence. Biodun, as always, thank you.
Thank you. Final word, be true to your team. Support your team regardless. That's all I was saying.
I support my team. I'm just predicting.
Yeah.
All
No
right,
trust.
everybody.
No trust.
No trust. Who